Well, hello there and good day. Thank you so much for joining me at Dystopian Report, the place where we talk about the nightmare world we have found ourselves living in. I'm your host, Jesse Pullman, and today is Wednesday, August 6th, 2025 at about 5 p.m. EDT. Thank you for being here for the 50th Dystopian Report. Somehow I never thought I'd get here so soon, but alas, we've had a lot of dystopian news to talk about, so here we are. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel and you find these videos helpful, please feel free to do so at your soonest leisure. We're trying to hit 100 subscribers by the end of the year, and we need your support to grow this channel and hopefully make it into something more like a venue for accomplishing real-world things than just shouting into the internet void. I chose to title this one Why We Fight the Dystopia because there's certainly a lot to be fighting against. Just in the past day, we've seen the Trump regime cut $500 million from our mRNA vaccine research. These are tools that can cure cancer, among other preventable diseases, something near and dear to my heart, and we're abandoning them for eugenicist death cult worship. This is on top of many other disappointing or downright horrific things that have taken place in the last week since we last spoke, which was also a dystopian news report. What a shock. So today we're going to talk about why we fight against that. The trick to the question is in the answer. It's going to be different for different people. Some people have, or at least hope to have, children that they want to make the world a better place for. Some people see other people's children, and while not the parenting type themselves, want to make the world better for them anyway. Dystopian Reports 35 and 37 talked about progressive ideas such as making the world better, that's in air quotes, and what they mean for the context of this channel. So it stands to reason that other people might have more selfish motivations for fighting the dystopia. They might want a better world for themselves. A better world would be one that offers universal health care, education, housing, as well as food, water, and shelter. A better world would be one where people of all ethnicities, religions, sexualities, and other traits are treated equitably and fairly. A better world is one where freedom of expression is allowed instead of being censored by payment processors or governments alike. A better world, well, it already exists in many parts of our world, too. And I'm not saying these other countries are perfect, but they do cleave far closer to these ideals than America does. And that can change with our hard work. That said, there's a lot of threats to that possible future. Right now, there's an ongoing attempt to use gerrymandering as a pathway for Republicans to retain political power despite the will of the people. This isn't unique to them, but the scale of it is new. Democratic governors are responding by seeking to weaponize their own districting practices in their own states. I, personally, am extremely anti-gerrymandering, but I also realize that if Texas is allowed to do so at the behest of the Trump regime, then unilateral disarmament will have failed, leaving only direct confrontation as the resulting option. After all, the Supreme Court has ruled that political gerrymanders are not unconstitutional nor illegal in Alexander v. South Carolina NAACP. If one side will embrace them, why not encourage the other to? And so Texas Democrats are currently fighting back. I know, Democrats fighting back is nice for a change. By fleeing the state, to deny a quorum so that the special gerrymandering session that Governor Abbott's called can't do business. If rank-and-file Democrats are picking up the tools of political warfare, then it's only fair that we do the same. Call your representatives at all levels and tell them what you think. That's the number one thing you can do to encourage them to do more stuff. The more pressure they feel from you, the more likely it is that they are going to do the things you want them to do. I know that they're trying to select their own voters, and that's not a great thing, even if Democrats are doing it. But it might be the thing that has to be done. And as much as that sucks, a cold civil war is better than a hot civil war, I guess. Otherwise, thank you all so much for joining me. Again, if you enjoyed or found this video useful, please do hit the like, share, subscribe, friend, follow, or whatever buttons that suit you for your needs. Leave a comment, let me know what you think. I guess celebrate 50 videos. When we hit 100, we're going to do Terminator 0. We're going to try to do Terminator 0 when we hit 100 subscribers. So help me get there, and we'll do a literature review for a change. Anyway, thank you all so much for joining me, and as always on this channel, pieces.